Okay, our ending count is up to 2. But so far, they're both bad. Well, what could that mean? Let's begin with memories and strive to find out. I absolutely love the "this game is fiction" disclaimer at the beginning of this story. Man, I should write down what the solutions to these things are. But, I mean, it is fun to decode. It is fun to solve problems. Fun to solve puzzles. I wouldn't be playing this game half a dozen times if it wasn't. Alright, let's assemble the tools. Picture frame, check. Note from bulletin board, check. Memo from bed, check. Blue key. Screwdriver. Is anybody timing me? Red key. Flashback. Still want to say my first apartment, more expensive than Junpei's. I think maybe in the same year this game takes place. Red 7485. Oh wait. I could be watching back to the video. Solutions are all there. Wait. Ah. Five, 2, 6, 3. Oh. Zero, 2. 6, 3. I got digital roots. This one I do remember. We go in and we find a place that looks an awful lot like the Titanic. We find 7 exquisitely drawn characters. Can't get out. I see someone I recognize. I don't say her name. She does say mine. The rules of the nonary game are discussed. The function of the doors are explained. And it's 10 p.m. The deck is flooded. There are marked doors that are locked, but otherwise, we are trapped. The only way forward through these numbered doors. We should keep secret who we all are. Here are the names we will choose for ourselves. Ace, Snake, Santa, Clover, June, 7, Lotus. But then there was one other dude. He doesn't want to get a code name. Because he has other plans. Yeah. He seems to know more than the rest of us. But he doesn't know this. Okay. What about Snake and Snake 7, you think you could give me a hand here? The poem was a little too on the nose, but the mood was still grim. Both Snake and 7 lifted their left hands silently. Slowly, each of them placed their hand on the scanner panel. 5 plus 2 plus 7 equals 14. 1 plus 4 is 5. They'd fulfilled the conditions. If they were to pull the lever on the side... Are you guys ready? I'm going to open it. So, a bit of false choice for you. Okay, so June does have that weird fever every time the number 5 door opens. Oh, now it's 10 p.m. We have 8 hours left. Ninth man. Everyone who verified had to go. We all know Zero's rules by now, right? Right, microphone? I just realized that I don't need to keep this part in the video. I'm gonna keep it in the video. Okay, everybody's... 7, Snake, Clover, and Ace are all volunteering to go into the 5th door. But the other 4... their digital route would be 4. Worked out well. Junpei was torn. Should he stay silent and go through door 4? Or should he stop them all and insist on door 5? As he turned his options over and over in his mind, Ace spoke up. All right, then. It seems we've reached a conclusion. Shall we go? He began to walk toward door 5. Clover and Snake followed, with 7 a short distance behind. Junpei decided that it had to be door 5. Hey, wait! Junpei's cry echoed across the room. The 4 people walking toward the door stopped and turned back toward him. I want to go through door 5, too. The words were scarcely out of his mouth when June spoke up. Wait, let me check something. No, wait, hang on. What are you saying, Jumpy? If you're going through that door, then I'm going with you. He turned around to look at her. No, you can't. I can't take you with me. Why? Where? Well, you know what's in there, don't you? Are you sure you want to see that? June opened her mouth as if to say something, but instead closed it again and looked at the floor. Junpei felt an ache in his chest at her clear distress, but the choice was not his to make. There was nothing else he could do. Junpei turned away from June, doing his best to silence his turbulent emotions. Please, let me go into door 5. 7 scratched his head and looked at the young man. Man, now we're right back where we started, you know that? Junpei's bracelet number is 5, right? If we are going to add Junpei, then we must subtract 5 from the rest of us. Snake turned to Ace. Ace, please take good care of Clover. Oh, all right. That's fine. 1 + 4 is 5. Don't go away. You need to listen to me, Clover. Go to door 4 with the others. No! Don't be so selfish. Snake's tone was harsh. Tears welled up in Clover's eyes. She bit her lip and did her best to fight them off. Snake's expression softened, and he put his arms around Clover. He held her close and whispered into her ear. You'll be fine. Just relax. It looked as though he whispered 2 or 3 more words, but whatever they were, Junpei didn't hear them. He couldn't help but wonder what the other man had said. Snake pulled back from his sister, his eyes kind and inquiring, and closed. Okay, I understand. Her voice was barely audible from where Junpei stood. Before long, new teams were assembled. Those going to door 5, 7, Snake, and Junpei. Those going in door 4, Lotus, Santa, June, Ace, and Clover. Seven, Snake, and Junpei scanned their numbered bracelets in quick succession. The screen of the red showed 3 asterisks. All right then, let's go. Junpei glanced around one last time, his hand resting on the lever of the red. Okay, please be careful. Concern was written plainly across her face. Junpei looked her in the eye and gave what he hoped was a reassuring nod. He pulled the lever. With the sharp clack of a lock releasing, the door swung open. Ahead of them in the small hallway were the pitiful remains of the 9th man. For a moment, Junpei froze. Try as he might, his eyes would not leave the corpse, and his feet would not leave the floor. 7, too, seemed paralyzed. Snake, on the other hand, seemed unconcerned. He walked calmly down the bloody hallway and only stopped when he realized his companions were not following. Do you intend to kill me? I assume you haven't forgotten the door only remains open for 9 seconds, have you? He hadn't even bothered to turn around. His head was at most slightly cocked toward one shoulder. Junpei and 7 looked at one another, nodded, and threw themselves through the door. As they did, a cold tone sounded from the left wrists of all 3 men. 7 and Junpei looked down at their bracelets. On both of them, and on Snake's, a red skull had flickered to life. Ah, so cool. The detonator had begun its countdown. They had scarcely processed this information when... With a metallic slam, the numbered door behind them swung shut. Unless they could find the device that would deactivate the detonators on their wrists, they would not be leaving the hallway. Hey, where's the dead? The fear and urgency in Seven's face reflected what all three of them felt. Junpei spun around, searching desperately for the dead. He found it easily enough. It was on the wall next to the closed door labeled 5. Found it. Right here. As he yelled, he struck the scanner with his hand. The other two scrambled to follow suit, like so. As soon as they finished, Snake threw the lever down. Phew. Well, it looks like it's stopped. As he spoke, Junpei wiped the sweat from his forehead with a trembling hand. Goddamn thing's gonna give me a heart attack. A muscle stood out in Seven's neck, and the corners of his mouth were twitching. Jumpy, are you alright? Are you guys okay? They could hear anxious voices, muffled but distinct, from the other side of the door. Yeah, we're fine. The detonators have been deactivated. They heard relieved sighs, and even through the door, the three men could feel the tension disperse. Alright, we're moving on. Be careful, okay? Okay. Sure thing. They heard footsteps moving away, and before long they were alone again. Junpei looked around. The hallway hit a dead end 20 or 30 feet from where they stood. A thick iron wall blocked their way. Try as they might to force it, the wall refused to move. To the left, however, was a wooden door that looked positively inviting by comparison. In the middle of it was a plaque that read, First Class. A first-class cabin, huh? Well, it seems like it. Let's have a look then, shall we? Without hesitation, Snake opened the door and stepped inside. 7 followed closely behind him. Junpei moved to follow them as well, but he stopped just short of the threshold and looked back, not knowing why. Lying in the small hallway was a man's body, or at least what was left of it. He'd tried hard to avoid looking at the grisly scene, but it just wouldn't leave his mind. What had once been a man's internal organs now looked like so much vomit, as though something had chewed up and spit out the better part of his torso. It was hideous, but worse still, it was cruel. It was hard to believe the thing on the floor had once been human. The black pool of thick blood, the lumps of glistening flesh spread across the floor, the awkward, twisted tangle of shredded intestines, the head wrenched to some grotesque, unnatural position. The man's glasses lay next to his head. The lenses were cracked and the frame bent and distorted. And next to the glasses lay a bracelet. The number 9 still displayed on its face. Lastly, let us discuss how to remove the bracelets. There are only 2 ways to do so. 1, you escape from this ship. 2, your heart rate reaches 0. In other words, once the bracelet is taken outside the confines of this ship, or detects that its wearer's heartbeat has fallen to 0, it will shut down automatically. Suddenly, Junpei felt his stomach convulse, and a knot of muscle gripped his throat. He clapped his hands over his mouth and ran to the first-class cabin. The atmosphere changed immediately. The room was gorgeous, and despite the apparent age of the ship, none the worse for wear. He looked around. 7 and Snake were nowhere to be seen. There were 2 doors on the right side of the room. He opened the one on his right and went through. On the other side of the door was a short hallway. He jogged down the hallway, opened the door on the other end, and peeked through. There they were, to his right, busy examining something. He stepped through the door and walked toward them. What's up? Check this out. We found this thing here at the door. The red light's on. Does that mean it's locked? So I would assume, is there any other way out? We looked around a little. Other than this door, we didn't find anything. So you're telling me that unless we can open this door... Yes, we won't be going anywhere. Junpei stepped away from the door and looked around the room. The room they were in looked like a bedroom. He figured the room he'd originally entered was the living room or whatever passed for one on a ship. Alright, let's find a way to open this door. Come on, guys. Alright. Let's start here. There's always stuff under a pillow. I see. This feels like glass. A rectangular plate of glass. Is there something written on the surface? Yeah, it's a sheet of music with a couple of A notes. Just A's. Yeah, that's it. Kind of weird, huh? It took Junpei by surprise. Snake, usually so calm and collected, suddenly began to move. He stared about the room almost frantically, clearly looking for something. No, Junpei thought, not staring. After all, he's blind. Blind or not, Snake was clearly attempting to do something. At last, Junpei could no longer contain his curiosity. What are you doing? Snake waited a moment before answering. I heard something strange. Something strange. Ah, well. Never mind. Doesn't seem to be anything suspicious. I don't wish to toot my own horn, but my auditory senses are considerably more advanced than those of most humans. I notice even the slightest of noises. Right, you're gonna tell me you can hear a needle drop from a mile away? Ha! No, such a thing would be impossible. However, by listening to the sound of footsteps and breathing, as well as sound echoing off the environment, I can locate most objects. Oh yeah, that's right. When Clover fell on the big staircase a little while ago, you were at her side immediately. So that was... yes. I could hear it happening. In fact, I can run quite fast, certainly as fast as you. And should someone attempt to start a fight with me, I am quite confident that I could defeat them. Junpei was somewhat taken aback by this revelation. He stared at Snake, skeptical. One sec. You don't believe me, do you? Care to give me a try? I must warn you, you'll no doubt regret it. Well, I suppose that's enough playing around. Let's resume our search, shall we? With a small, self-satisfied smile, Snake turned and walked away from Junpei. I'm gonna come back to you. It's totally a table with a mirror. Yes. You know, that sort of thing is known as a vanity. Were you aware of that, Junpei? Of course, vanity also refers to self-love, conceit, and narcissism. As such, you could say that every day when a woman looks into one of these, she is staring at her own conceit and narcissism. Doesn't that strike you as terribly sad? Huh? Wait, what's this? It's a white desk. Snake's rubbing it. This is a high-quality desk. Teak or perhaps mahogany. Wow, how can you tell? Oh, I have my ways. And there we are in the mirror. What a pair. A college kid and a terrifying giant of a man in a beanie. Stuck in a cramped bathroom. What would my parents say? Something wrong, Junpei? You look real sad all of a sudden. Oh, nothing. Bathtub is full of water. Let's just pull the plug. No, hold on. Huh? Maybe we can, I don't know, use it for something. I mean, it's a good instinct. light switch. Nothing happens when I press it. Suitcase made of leather in the color of rich mahogany. Nothing in it. Looks like there's something inside the cabinet. More sheet music. Heavy piece of paper that's been folded in half. It has score printed on the front of it. That's gotta mean musical score. If that's true, then the score we just found was probably in here. At least at some point. Huh? There's something in the back. Can I reach it? Oh, damn, that's hot. You aren't real smart, are ya? Well, of course it's gonna be hot. It's a fire. Even a monkey knows it shouldn't stick its hand in a fire. Okay, wow. Damn, 7, show. The couch looks a lot more elegant. Hey, something you aren't saying. Never mind. I get it. You're gonna use this vase, right? It's pretty clever, Junpei. We just gotta fill this thing with water. Okay. Bathtub's full of gross, cloudy water. Alright, let's go douse a fire. Ah, another toilet. Doesn't seem to be anything in the toilet or the tank. It's a toilet. Nothing strange going on here. That's a pan to verisimilitude. I can't just throw it at the grate, though. I gotta pour the water right onto the fire. So I can't do it. So can I not do it? Just throwing the water at the grate isn't going to help. Gotta pour it right onto the fire. That's the exit. This chair will snap like a twig if 7 sits on it. Mind your own business. Okay, time to see what your deal is. This isn't a score. Is this a map of the ship? A map. There's a map of the ship here. Yeah. Then I imagine it will prove very helpful. You'd best hold on to it, Junpei. Okay. It is now possible to use the map screen. It's kind of hard to see the notes. Maybe if I put something under them? Nope, okay. A window. There's an iron plate nailed to it. How very Danganronpa. That's just a wall. My desk that feels fancy. Ah. Another closet, another score plate. Another leather suitcase with nothing inside. I can tell by the weight, and it makes no noise when shaken. This safe is locked. It's one of those dial locks. It doesn't have a key. We just need to get the dials in the right place and it'll open. Did you find anything, 7? Nope. How about you, Snake? I also found nothing. Nothing in here. And I won't be able to open the safe until we know the right numbers. Okay, I'm going for it. There's a plug in the end of this chain. Why don't we just drain this water? We're done with it. Alright, where's that thing? Good tug ought to be enough to get it out. Huh. A, G, D, C. There's nothing else in the bathtub. Well, let's see if we can do this. Guess you put sheet music in it. Can I put some sheet music in it? That's the door out. Expensive looking chair. Sink with no working water. Piano that we haven't really looked at. Piano keyboard. What is Snake doing? He can't play, can he? This piano. There's something amiss with the keys. You mean it's out of tune or something? No, not that. It's properly tuned, just... well, the sounds are clearly purposefully different. The C key doesn't yield a C, but rather a different note entirely. The same goes for the D keys. They play some other note. Why do you think it's like that? Isn't it painfully obvious? Zero modified it in some way. This piano, you see, is part of one of the puzzles Zero has set for us. Perhaps if we play the keys in the correct order, something will happen. In other words, we need to play a song on the piano. I believe so. Now can I start combining? No. Just for fun. No. Bed with a canopy. Never seen one of these in real life. True, you don't see too many these days. I can't see the details, obviously, but I imagine it's one of those princess beds Clover is so fond of. Clover wants one of these? She wants a princess bed. Didn't I say that? You think it doesn't suit her? Yeah, I guess you could say that. Ah, Junpei, judge her by appearances, will you? And where you should not. This is the locking thing. It's flashing red. That's usually not a good sign. Is that a microphone? It's like a satellite dish. Let me see. Well, judging by the feel of it, I would guess that we are meant to produce some sort of sound, and this device will sense it and unlock. Oh. Okay. Bed, vanity, door, desk, piano. Oh, there are other rooms that I'm not seeing. No, those are the closets. Let's move around and see what I'm missing. Okay, so now I'm in the hallway and I can go to the main bathroom. Hey, testing. Hey, it's great to see you all here. I just flew in from New York and boy are my arms tired. Yes, thank you. I'll be here all week. Try the veal. That's not a mic 7. It's just a shower head. Whoa. What the hell? very silly. The faucet must be for putting water in the bathtub. Well done. There's nothing in the bathtub anymore because I have water. Then there's this. Toilet paper in a dispenser on the wall. Toilet with nothing suspicious and nothing in the tank. Bathroom, closet. What's that on the wall in the living room, maybe? Anything? Not really anything. Window. Junpei, what's this? The Thinker by Auguste Rodin. Right on. Okay. Just throwing the water at the grate isn't gonna help. Okay, can I do that then? Oh my god. I had to target the fire. Here we go. Good job. Another success. That fire didn't stand a chance. Well, put up a pretty good fight. Don't want to get burned, so let's pull down the sleeves. Score a plate. There we go. Now I can start combining. No, I can't. Never mind. As Junpei tucked the plate into his pocket, Seven cried out and stumbled, his balance lost. He threw out a hand and caught the wall in time to steady himself and avoid the floor. But his face was flushed and he looked startled. Hey, Seven, what the hell was that? Are you alright? Yeah, I'm fine. I just felt a little dizzy, that's all. Seven rubbed a couple of fingers across his brow, then shook his head as if to clear it. The hell's wrong with me? First memory loss, now I'm getting dizzy for no reason. Yeah. Memory loss? Junpei couldn't hide the surprise in his voice. Seven, for his part, seemed unconcerned. Right, guess I haven't told you, have I? Told the rest of them, but that must have been before you showed up. Well, the long and short of it is I don't remember Jack from before I woke up here. Didn't realize I hadn't told you. Whoa, wait a minute. You're talking about amnesia, right? Yeah, I guess so. Well, why are you an amnesiac? What happened to you? If I knew that, I wouldn't really be one, would I? Oh yeah, I guess that's true. Junpei paused for a moment and stared at Seven. Are you telling the truth? Huh? Well, you look pretty calm for somebody who doesn't remember anything. If you've really got amnesia, shouldn't you be like, upset or confused or something? Well, sure. I mean, I was pretty confused when I woke up down on D-Deck. That was a while ago. I've had some time to get used to it. After a while, I figured it wasn't worth the trouble of worrying about it. After all, why worry about something I can't change? Very zen of you, Seven. Well, people usually don't stay amnesiacs forever. I figure it'll work itself out eventually. That's it? That's it. Alright, that's enough talking for now. Let's get back to work. Seven gave Junpei a look the younger man wasn't sure how to interpret, and turned to walk away. Somehow, though, Junpei didn't find his reassurances very reassuring. Okay, I guess you put sheet music in it. I have a bunch of sheet music. Should I be doing that? Well, let's see. Should I combine? Let's just go to the piano then. Nope, that's a closet. Just gonna put the ceramic plate on the bottom and stack the glass plates on top of it. All right, good. Sweet. Now I can play the music. Junpei, would you be so kind as to play the piano? I'm unable to, you see. I'm sure I needn't tell you, but the keys on this piano are not what you might expect them to be. C won't be C, D won't be D, and so forth. You must listen carefully to determine which keys to strike. Do you understand? No. Junpei does, so let's give this a shot. I think that's F? No. Oh, helpful. It shows you. Also helpful, the black keys don't work. Damn it. So it's only these 4 notes. Damn it. Oh, I recognize it. Damn it. Haha. And we're done. Music is not my forte. Wait, what was that noise? Junpei, we did it. Looks like it worked. I heard something unlock over by the exit. Let's go. Good plan. Stand. Bow. Be seated. Well, I guess he hasn't forgotten that. At least Snake thinks it's funny. Oh, wait. That's a thing. That's a thing from Japanese school. Stand, bow, be seated. 7 hasn't forgotten. Yes, I suppose that was the classroom bell, wasn't it? I don't imagine that's what 0 was thinking of, however. No, 0 almost certainly meant to suggest Westminster, not middle school. Westminster? The palace in London that plays host these days to the House of Parliament. You've heard of Big Ben, the famous clock tower, yes? Big Ben plays that very collection of notes on the hour. London. The capital of England, huh? At any rate, the door is now unlocked. Let's leave this place immediately. Hard to disagree with you there, Snake. All right. Let's go. He came out of the door and into a long, straight hallway. A hallway whose contents we will examine later. We're going to open some doors. We're going to open some doors we didn't get to open last time, microphone. We're going to see some parts of this ship that we haven't seen yet. And we'll see what else we find.